Hi there. So I worked out this morning and now I'm eating a Rice Krispie treat. Like, really? I feel like probably negates itself. So I'm sharing with you a crazy new adventure that our family is kind of on. We are selling our house. The house that, like, I love. If I have ever loved a house, I love this house. It's probably one of my favorite houses that I've not only ever lived in, but maybe ever been in. Why are we selling a house that I have a love affair with to this degree, you might ask? And the answer is for our children. You do things for your kids, you know, that you're like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this for you. And the biggest thing is that our kids have made some great friends from school. My phone's ringing. I'm ignoring it. My kids have made some really great friends from school. I'll turn that on and off. And we just want them to be able to, like, walk to their friends' houses and stuff. So anyway, we have, as you know, basically like some of the most fabulous neighbors of all time here. We're gonna have great neighbors where we're gonna go. But here's the crazy part. We're putting my house on the market this Friday, which means I have been cleaning it like a mad woman. Like, I don't think this house has ever been this clean in the history of the time that we have lived here. Also, we've been like, thankfully, we've been already like fixing things and redoing things, and because we thought that we were gonna live here for forever, and it just seems like maybe the Lord has some other plans. So we're putting our house on the market this weekend. So if you live in Greenville, South Carolina, and you want to live near downtown and you want our house, you can buy it. So when there's a link, I'll put the link on here. But here's the really crazy part. The house where we are going to be moving needs to be renovated. As in, it still has everything from like the 50s when it was built. In fact, the inspection report even said that the toilet dated to 1954. So it's powder blue. The toilet is powder blue, the shower, the tub, the sink. It's got all of these things. It has mold right now. It has radon, has asbestos. I mean, all of the things that are a terrible idea. However, it's near to where my kids can go to school and walk to school and all of those things. So I've been having all the feels because I've had to tell each of our neighbors one by one that we feel like this is what the Lord is calling us to do. And I've cried because we love our neighbors. We just had like the awesomest neighborhood party ever just a week and a half ago for the eclipse. And I am praying that whoever comes and lives here will be awesome to my awesome neighbors and will take care of Mr. and Mrs. Carter next door, and will love this house like we have loved this house. And here's the really crazy thing, is that in order for us to do all of this, we have to find somewhere to live. And as you know, I have a dog the size of Texas, basically. He's huge. So there's this like tiny little building in the backyard of the house that we're gonna get, and we're gonna basically live in a tiny house. We're gonna make the little house into a tiny house, which only seems like a good idea when you watch Tiny House Hunters, but I think no one ever talks about really living in a tiny house. So we're also planning on putting our whole family in counseling, like for real though, because 4 people and less than 500 square feet for probably a year is crazy town. We could also potentially be living in our camper for a short period of time. You guys, practice for next summer. My mom goes, that sounds wretched. Absolutely awful. And I was like, Mom, we're going to call it an adventure, because if we don't call it an adventure, then we're forced to call it a nightmare. So it's going to be an adventure. We're going to call it that. So yeah, these are the crazy things that are happening in our lives. Also, this next year, I'm releasing a book. And the funny thing is, God has such a funny sense of humor. A really funny thing. Hey, Casey, we're selling our house. I'm so sorry. You're such a good neighbor. So the really funny thing is that I have been saying for like the last 2.5 years, the good news is when I write a next book, I won't be moving. Look, y'all, I've said this so many times. At least I won't be moving when I write another book, except now it looks like I will. I will be moving. So I know, Casey, we'll have to talk about it more. This is Casey, is my neighbor. She lives down the street. I'll call you. I'll call you when this is done. So my house is going on the market though on Friday. So I'm recruiting good neighbors for my good neighbors. And also, people ask me all the time, hey, can I see your house? Because I really love our house. And sometimes I'll show you like tiny bits and pieces because our house looks like we live here. Like really, really live here. But right now, it barely looks like I live here because it's so stinking clean. So other than the Instant Pot that is sitting on the counter right now and my Rice Krispie treat, which I was eating at the beginning of this live broadcast, my house is really clean. So I thought that I would give you a quick little tour of my house while it's so clean, because people want to know. So I'm going to take you to my office first, which is upstairs above the garage. And then this way, if you have a friend that wants to move to Greenville, it's not on the market yet, but it will be very shortly. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to twist around. Hopefully I do this. Turn us off. Okay, so this is my office. It's my favorite room in my whole entire house because it's so cheerful and so pretty, and it feels like a wonderful little cabin. This is the craft closet, which I feel like I really shouldn't show you because I crammed stuff in it for the pictures. But let's be honest, real life. Look at all that space to store stuff. So yeah, this is my office. And there's a bathroom up here. It's like a cute little bathroom. Doesn't have lights on, but you can see. So yeah, my happy, happy office. It's actually a day bed, so sometimes when I'm writing, like I take a nap on it. Okay, so now we're going down the stairs. This is a very uneventful little walkway here. Y'all look, I even cleaned up the shoes. Still got the papers there, but okay, this is my favorite part of our whole house. This is why we bought this house in the first place, is because y'all know I love to entertain. I love people, and this space is like the best ever to be able to do that. So there's like, see, here's my den right in here. And then there's a porch back there. It's so lovely. See, here's the den. Tell me if I'm going too fast, okay? I'm trying to not go too fast. So here's the deck. And then our backyard. Isn't that so pretty back there, you guys? Oh, I love this house so much. I mean, really and truly, if you could ever love a house, I love this one. So see, here's all this. This staircase right here goes up to my kids' rooms. But now I'll take you around to like the foyer. There's a front door area. So I guess a really good host would have brought you in the front door. I basically brought you in the office. Okay, there's a foyer, and it goes back into where we were. This is the living room, which we hardly ever use. The house where we're gonna move is smaller. So, hey Reagan, she's a neighborish too, but near where I think we're gonna move. This dining room. This is grass cloth on the walls, which I super love. Oh, that was the thing that I moved from another room for the pictures. Okay, so that was that room. Here's the foyer. I'm going down the hall. I'll show you the guest room. I love this room so much, you guys. Look how pretty interior it is. Dun, dun, dun. Here's a fun tip for when you're hosting people. This is actually 2 twin beds, and so I'll split them if there's multiple people that are coming, or I'll put them together if it's a couple, and king size sheets and king size mattress pad will hold that together so that it's like nice and beddish. I still tell people maybe don't lie in the middle because you could be engulfed down the center crack, but you know, whatever. Okay, here's the bathroom. Guest downstairs bathroom. I turned off all the lights, so, you know. Laundry room is there. I'm not going to show you because it's a mess. And then here's my room. I moved out the dog beds and stuff for the pictures, but I just put them back a minute ago. Okay, here's my room. Doo-dee-doo. My husband is here. I'm doing Facebook Live. Say hi.
Hello.
He's going in here, but hopefully not to the bathroom. Okay, here's the bathroom. Showing you all the things. Look how clean it is, you guys. I can barely stand the cleanliness. It's amazing. He's getting his shoes.
Am I internet famous now?
Is he internet famous, guys? Here's the closet. All of the wild things in the closet. Okay, we're going back down the hall. Hey to myself. Okay, I'm gonna take you upstairs now. All right, this goes up to my kids' rooms. I guess I could turn on the light and that would be handy, huh? That's all my kids' art. Look, I frame it because it makes me happy. Okay. Y'all, I cannot even tell you how hard I've been working to clean my whole house. This is this like really great little landing space. Isn't that so fun? And the masses of Legos. Oh my stars. Does anyone else have this issue with Legos? This is the only time that I think I'm walking in this room and not feeling like I want to cuss because the Legos are here instead of here. Y'all know that, right? Okay. So this is the hallway. Here's what's so awesome about this upstairs is that the hallway is like super wide. So it feels a lot like more space than it actually is. But here's one kid's room. I'll turn on the light. Ta-da! One boy room. I feel like I should show you the closet because it's so clean. There's this really fun little reading nook in this hallway. Hey, here's the bathroom. See, isn't that a cute little bathroom? And then here's the other kid's room, right here. They're not like ginormous rooms up here, but I have to show y'all because I know all you mamas out there know what it is to clean your child's closet. Y'all, I organized this child's closet. You know what's the most magical part? That. It's called a floor. I don't know if any of you have children that don't know what that is inside of their closet, but my children obviously have no idea what a floor inside of a closet is supposed to look like. Okay, I'll show you the last part of our house now, which is the basement. It's where we let people live. So I think I've said before, but like we have a thing where it seems that we take in millennials. They've pretty much all been millennials. But we take in people that are sort of like in transition periods of life, and they live with us for a while. The longest one ever was like a year. I think the shortest one was like 5 months. And so I'm going down in the basement now. This is where we have people live with us, and Amy is not here right now. I'm gonna have to turn on all the lights. So hopefully she's not upset that I show you her space. But okay. Let me turn on these lights and then you can kind of see what's down here. It's a pretty sweet space for when people live with us. So there's a fireplace down here, a pool table, which is kind of fun. And then there's like this cozy den space. Hold on. And a pole. Every basement has a pole in the middle of the room, right? So yeah, there it is. Some boxes. And then her bedroom is back in here. Y'all, I'm not gonna do that to her, but she has a bedroom. See, there's a bed and some of her stuff. And then there's a little bathroom down here. So it works out awesome for when people are living with us because it just kind of gives them their own space to have. So, see? Cute little bathroom. Okay. So anyway, that's my house. That's our house. My house that I love more than I've ever loved any house. But you know what? It's just stuff. And I love my kids more than I love my house. So we're gonna try to create a scenario that'll be good. Or better, maybe for them, where they can walk to friends' houses and whatnot. So anyway, this is our grand adventure. This was my house tour. Y'all, I made so many pretty flowers. Look, I have to show you. I have kind of a love affair with flowers. I did so many because they were taking pictures today. But yeah, my house is like basically as clean as ever. You know what I think is funny about showing house? Is that people come and look at it, but like everyone thinks it should look like no one lives here. So for right now, it kind of looks like someone lives here, but someone who's like way cleaner than me. So anyhow, I gotta go start dinner and eat the rest of my Rice Krispie treat. But I wanted to tell y'all this is our new adventure. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it our new adventure. And mostly, I'm just curious about what God is doing and what God has for us, because this definitely was not in my plan, but I'm excited to see what happens and where it goes. So, Casey, I'll call you now. And to everyone else, cheers. Please pray that all this goes well. And also, I will basically be documenting my life in a tiny house. I've been thinking of it. Hashtag tiny house big crazy. Because you know that's what it's going to be. And nobody ever shows on those tiny house shows like what it's like to live in the tiny house. They only just show that it's so cute. And everyone thinks that would be so fun to live in a playhouse in the backyard. But no one ever really talks about that. So we're going to talk about that this next year. Okay, cheers. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for touring my house with me. And I hope you'll have an awesome day.